Hi everyone, this week we're in John chapter 5 and discovering verses 1 through 18. There's a feast in Jerusalem and many people are going, and so too is Jesus. And there's a pool called Bethesda, and it is where people go and they believe there'll be healing. There's an angel that stirs the water, and when it's stirred up, if you get in, you'll bring healing. Now, we don't know if it's true. Probably not. It's unconfirmed. But what we do know is that Jesus goes there on that day. He sees a man that has been unwell for 38 years and asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" And I think this is such an important question today, because maybe this is what Jesus is asking us. Perhaps we've been in a season of suffering for 38 years. Perhaps we've been in a season of suffering for 1 year. But Jesus is asking us, do you want to be healed? Do we want to be freed? And that is what Jesus does for this man on this day. The man says to Jesus, "I can't get into the water, and by the time I get there, someone else is in before me." And Jesus just says to him, "Get up and walk." He heals him instantaneously and without doubt. He picks up his mat and he walks. But the Jews, unfortunately, couldn't see the joy in the man's life. The next few years of his life would be very different than the last 38. Instead, they ask him, "Who told you to pick up your mat? Who healed you?" But the man was probably overcome with joy. He doesn't know who did it. He was just too grateful. But Jesus found him. Later on, Jesus found him. He didn't bump into Jesus. He didn't go and look for Jesus. Jesus found him and said to him, "See, you are healed." The same Jesus asking us, "Do you want to be healed?" on this day healed the man and said to him, "See, you are healed. I can do it." And the man went back to the Jews and said, "It is Jesus who did this." And that is the story for me today. Jesus will change you. He will change me. We can be released from suffering, and Jesus will use us to be a messenger for His glory. And it's at this point in time that, unfortunately, Jesus' ministry takes a turn. There's persecution. People don't like Him because of what He done, but because He's challenging what they know. He's challenging their traditions. And so let's cling to Jesus. Let's become more like Him. And when Jesus asks us, "Do you want to be healed?" let's consider that question. Have a great week, everyone.